Hello, my name is Michael, and welcome to FullFretboard.com. FullFretboard.com is an interactive and customizable tool for stringed instruments that dynamically generates scale charts, diatonic chords, and other useful information for songwriting. For those of you that don't speak music theory, a diatonic chord is a chord which is made by picking a few or more notes out of a scale. As you can see, all the notes displayed on the chord charts also exist in the scale chart to the left of the screen. The note colors correspond to a color wheel where similar colors are close to each other on the circle of fifths, showing their relationship to that important musical tool. There are no rules to using a scale or chord chart, but playing the displayed notes on the scale chart, starting or ending with the root note, might be associated with a certain sound. As far as the chord charts, as long as you pluck one of each note from the chord in unison, by definition, you are playing that chord, even if you don't play all of the strings. There are many ways to add or remove notes, or even add whole chords to change the displayed information. For example, you can add or remove individual notes from the scale by clicking on the scale chart. You can also change the key by clicking on the circle of fifths. Let's take a look at some of the other features available in this tool. You can access the Settings menu in the top left corner of the application. Let's start from scratch. I'll open the menu and click Clear All Notes. Let's change the key to G. And then let's add a couple of chords from the Chords menu. Let's add a C major chord and a G minor chord. The tool will automatically determine the scale's name and find additional diatonic chords from the combined chord notes. There are thousands of scale names programmed into the application. Though not all scales have names, thanks to the fantastic work of William Zeitler at allthescales.org, it will be uncommon to find a scale with the name unknown. I can see from the circle of fifths that this pentatonic scale is very close to a mode of the major scale. Let's fill in the missing notes, F and A. You can see this gives us the G Dorian mode. If you scroll down to the bottom of the scale chart, you'll find a list of all the modes detected in the current scale. You can switch between any of these modes by clicking on the title. All of the notes will be the same, but the root note will change. Let's return to the menu and generate a random scale from the navigation menu. You can also search for a specific scale in the selected scale field. You can change the key of the selected scale in the menu as well. The note display option allows us to swap out the musical alphabet for interval numbers, also known as spelling or scale degrees, on the displayed charts. The site will favor using flats for accidentals, but we can set it to prefer sharps instead. Your browser will store most of your settings so that you won't need to set them again. You can change the selected instrument from a list of preset instruments, including various types of guitar and bass. Each instrument has some tuning presets, as well as the option to set a custom tuning however you like. All of the chord charts and scale chart will update accordingly. Earlier, we saw how to add a chord, but there are two more notable options in the chords menu. These are included chords and chord chart length. By default, the included chords option is triads. but I recommend switching to all chords. Just take note that for any given heptatonic scale, this may generate over 200 unique chord charts, which can affect performance. The chord chart length option, when set to half octave, will attempt to calculate a fingering for each chord up to the first 7 frets of the instrument. You can see that some notes have colors while other notes are white. The colored-in notes will give you a suggested fingering for the chord. However, this feature is in beta and a better solution is in development. Setting the chord chart length to full octave will instead generate a full octave arpeggio-style chord chart, which will show you all the notes in the chord. This may be useful for learning to play arpeggios or figuring out new chord voicings. As an Amazon affiliate, I will earn a small commission on any purchases you make using the ad links on my site, at no extra cost to you. So I encourage you to help support this project by visiting fullfretboard.com the next time you plan to shop on Amazon. I'm releasing new features regularly and will accommodate my small but growing community of users, so please like the video and comment below, especially if you're a fan.